Things that annoy tattoo artists. Wow, where do you start?
I hate to make this a rant, but these questions are perfectly executed for that.
Most annoying thing when I'm tattooing, when people fart, yeah.
Our drunk customers.
Being constantly late to every single appointment, like you don't know where the shop is, that you've been to a bunch of times.
Well, what really pisses me off is maybe when the bar closes early, you know? That's why you buy your own drink. And what I did was I bought a big bottle of Jack Daniels and Mexican Coke, and I put it together. Mexican Coke, not the powder, the liquid. So I put them together. Super diabetes.
Oh my gosh, when someone DMs you says, how much? How much dough?
When the first question is, how much?
You know, can I get a deal? I would love a deal. Maybe I can hook you up. You know, you need a pair of shoes or something like that. Any way they come around trying to get that deal, that's kind of annoying because, you know, it kind of downgrades what you're doing.
Some things that annoy me as a tattoo artist is probably clients that try to finesse you on prices or just try to give you exact directions as if they were the professional in the situation.
But when we get like micromanaged, it makes the entire situation really stressful. It's not going to create the best outcome for the tattoo, for the experience as well, for the whole session.
Real pushy, demanding clientele that thinks they're smarter than they actually are.
Changing the design last minute. You know, like I really put a lot of effort into trying to make the tattoo the best tattoo I possibly can. And then the last minute, someone changes the design, you kind of just throw it out the loop and, you know, have to kind of wing it.
They want to steer the tattoo into a very specific, narrow direction.
Like when you have a design set and then they look to their friend, who is like, and then their friend is the one to change the design. That's annoying.
The worst.
Yeah, that's bad.
Literally on my confirmation email, it says come alone, and if they bring someone, they're gonna have to wait in the lobby. Even though it's one room, I'm still trying to scare them, so they just come alone.
Look, one of the things that annoy tattoo artists is micromanaging. When I enter the studio, for me, the most important thing in the room is not you, is your tattoo, you know? And I expect you to do the same, you know? And when the personality doesn't allow them to just like let it happen and make the best for it, and they have to be grabbing their phone all the time, or complaining about how much it hurts, or asking all the time when is it gonna be finished, that is super annoying. And I have clients who are like, do whatever you want. They email me, man, I trust you, I love your vision. Even though we went through references and we look at things and we agree and we're doing with your reference whatever I want. And then the day of the tattoo, they're like, no, I hate it.
I think being overly picky about your design is
100%.
Yeah, I feel like when you're looking for an artist, you kind of see their work, you see if you like their style, and you kind of have to give them trust in what they're giving you. So at that point, kind of, it's good to let go a little bit.
100%, because I feel like you always get the best outcome tattoo-wise if you let the artist kind of play with what you want a little bit and do it in their own style.
For me, being a female, I think it's like when guys come and get tattooed by you and they don't really come for the tattoo, they come for the opportunity to hit on you. I've literally had guys be like, I'll pay for a full day, but instead of tattooing, I want to take you on a date. And it's like, so you're paying like $2,000 for me to spend 8 hours on a date with you? Like, that's straight up you like treating me like a prostitute.
I think one of the most annoying questions I get asked as an artist is, do your tattoos hurt?
As I'm tattooing, you know, they might lift their arm up to look or like, you know, try to get their hands in the way. And my machine's running, you know, so like I don't want to give them an extra tattoo on their finger or whatever.
Kids always annoy me if they're running around, if they're sitting there quiet and behaved. But like, there's nothing worse when a client brings in their kids. Actually, in my studio, we don't even allow kids anymore. Just because, you know, sometimes these clients will bring in their kids and running around and you're trying to focus. And, you know, for me, I put a lot of money in my studio. There's a lot of breakable things, so that drives me nuts.
When people come in to get their feet tattooed and they don't have their toes done, I think that's disgusting.
The same question over and over and over. Like, I get it, you told me what you want your sleeve to be. You know, and then they'll keep telling me like, no, but you know what I mean, right? And I'm like, yeah, dude, you told me like 10 times.
I just had one recently where she asked me my opinion, so I give my opinion, but she says, but you don't think my idea's good? Like, well, no, it won't work. So you should do it this way. But you don't think my idea's good?
They don't understand that I draw everything. And to me, the thing that annoys me the most is when they get an image from the internet or another tattoo artist tattoo, and it's like, I want that. And it's like, no.
Most of my clients at this point fly to me. My clients have to fly back to their destinations usually the next day or the day after, so I'm really specific and I tell them exactly what to do. But it's like when people are spending all this time and all of this money on these beautiful, one-of-a-kind pieces of art, you have to take care of it afterwards. And I think some people are very headstrong and they think they know what's best for their own body and they know what's best for, because their tattoo artist when they were 16 told them to do this one thing and their friend's mom got tattooed recently and her boyfriend's friend told them to do this other thing, and it's like, people should just trust the tattooer from beginning to end. And the end is after the healing process is completed as well. Getting a tattoo doesn't end the minute you leave the door, because a lot of the time when people ever have a bad reaction or an infection or something, all kinds of crazy shit can happen to tattoos. Most of the time it happens when the person leaves the tattoo parlor.
The new one that doesn't annoy us anymore that we used to say no is the I want it facing me. I want it for me. Probably some hipster chick did it on Pinterest. It's as redundant as if you're walking around with your t-shirt design facing you. In reality, it's like, well, I want to enjoy my t-shirt design. I was like, yeah, but it's upside down, dude. Like the rest of the normal world, as if we're normal, sees it upside down. And it's like, so get a huge tattoo upside down. And I think at one point we're probably gonna jump the shark and we're gonna be doing portraits upside down and all this, I'm not gonna do it unless the price is right.
Cancellation and reschedule. Like I like to plan out everything. And when you switch that, I can't fit the people in because sometimes people lie. They want to go party. They want to hang out. And they say, oh, I got sick. Oh, sorry, my mom in the hospital. Come on, don't do that. You curse mom? That's karma.
People come and hit me up for a tattoo somewhere and, yeah, I want to get my forehead tattooed by you. And I'd be like, oh, okay, cool. Like, what do you want it to say? And they're like, well, I don't know.
People asking if I'm capable of doing something. And it's like, if you saw my work and went to the trouble to email me, like you must have thought somewhere in your own mind that you thought that I was capable of doing it. So I don't know, like I could understand if it was, I specialize in color realism. So I could understand if you're saying like, hey, could you do this traditional tattoo? And be like, well, dude, like I don't fucking do that.
People in this day and age, because of social network, are very presumptuous. So I find that tattooing is, finally having its time in the tumbler with it. Like, oh, and you just expect like it's like you're buying shoes or something. It's like, no, just do it in, gold flake paint on the side of my finger. And it's like, well, first, there's no such thing as gold flake paint. And they go, well, I saw it on Pinterest. And it's like, no, that's body paint. They just put it on their finger. No, it says tattoo under it. It's like, oh, well, fake news.
Things that annoy tattoo artists the most are clientele based. Because with shows like Ink Master, you end up with artists, clients that think that they know more than they actually do. So they keep rolling in with these crazy ideas and these thoughts that they know how long a tattoo should take, and they come to us and say, hey man, I want to get my sleeve done, can we do this in a weekend? And it's an unrealistic thing. I'm not going to say that it can't be done, but to assume that every artist that you go to is going to just fall over backwards to do a sleeve in a weekend is just not going to happen. Or they think that the work that's done on television that takes 6 to 10 hours is actually being produced in 2 hours or an hour and a half. It's just a ridiculous thing.